Quick, choose a meal deal with McValue. The $5 McChicken meal deal, the $5 McDouble meal deal, or the new $6 Daily Double meal deal. Each with its own small fries, drink, and 4-piece McNuggets. There's actually no rush. I'm just excited for McDonald's.
For limited time only, prices and participation may vary. Not valid for McDelivery.
The 2026 Chevy Equinox is ready for your daily drives, weekend getaways, and everything in between. Plenty of cargo space, plus a big touchscreen that keeps all your tech right where you need it. It's more than an SUV. It's your Equinox. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
In a cold night, emptiness haunted me. I saw a light, but it was too dark for me. I heard you calling, I saw your sleepless face and I fell hard. I guess I'm falling for you, girl, I can reach the stars. Oh, the nights when you couldn't sleep, I was there carrying my gun, shooting at the demons, see your dreams, making them more fun. Yeah, and if you wanna run away from the best you've done, yeah, I'll be there to save the day. I'll be your rising sun. I was cold, you gave me warmth when no one did. I was lost, you showed me love and how it feels. I heard you.
Give me just a second here. That's the problem with controlling things yourself. Hello. Welcome back. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day today. Clearly, even though I'm hearing the music, I'm not paying attention to when my stream starts to make sure that I pause the music 5 seconds beforehand. So, yep, still an issue with YouTube Music. Don't know what's going on with that. Not that I have a problem with Spotify, but I had some automation built into YouTube Music that isn't available to me in Spotify. So I think what I might need to do is either, and I said this last time, but I just didn't think about it, trying it because I was working on something else, and I'll explain that here in a minute. So I either need to log out of the YouTube app, music app, and then try to see if I can log back in, reset up the stuff. It's real simple to set up the companion server in that. If not, then maybe I need to uninstall the app and reinstall it and see if that solves the problem. Of course, I've got another Linux machine that I can simply try to install it on and see if it works there as well, because I just can log into the app and see whether or not it's a problem with the recent builds of the app. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but again, it kind of just throws it when you begin to become reliant on some of the stuff, you just miss a few things here and there. So the next endeavor that I'm working on, I haven't worked on the stream itself necessarily. What I've been working on is, right now, the way my setup is where you're seeing SKER ritual. Is it because I got a mask right here for my green screen behind me? It seems a little weird because like I go to point right here and my hand disappears. But anyways, right up here, SKER ritual is currently running on my Windows PC, on my Windows gaming laptop. And it's running under OBS and I use NDI, and it pushes the information out over the network. I've been doing this now using NDI for quite a long time. It was a Windows laptop to a Windows desktop to do the work, so that I don't overload the laptop with trying to do too many things, although it would probably be able to handle both quite easily. I'm like, okay, well, I would rather have them separated just in case. So that works perfectly fine. And on the Linux PC, I can send the data from Windows to Linux just fine. It works without a flaw. But the thing that I've been having a problem with is on my other Linux laptop, if I try to send OBS data from it to my Linux PC, it's not working. Doesn't see it. I can, on that Linux laptop, I can get the data from Windows. So this one, so it's not like there's a problem with the laptop or a firewall or anything like that. All of that works. Matter of fact, I've got the firewall disabled to test it. So it still isn't working. So I've been trying to solve the problem of how I can have the two Linux laptops using Flatpak in order to see if I can solve the problem. The interesting thing is I also did a fair amount of testing, which is why I was kind of running behind today, because I started at like at 7:30. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put 25 minutes into this here. I'll get it fixed up. Where I was like trying to test the network connection. So what I did was OBS has a set of, NDI has a set of firewall or ports that it utilizes in order to talk between the two computers. And so what I did is I closed OBS out on the streaming PC, and I ran a netcat command where I could say either listen over TCP or UDP to this port. And then on my laptop, on my Linux laptop, I can then say netcat connect on to the host IP at that port. And then I can type a message on the gaming laptop, and I could see the message pop up on the screen on the streaming desktop. It was great. One connection looked a little weird. It was talking about KDE Connect and stuff, which I thought was weird. When I first connected it, it didn't work. So I went through all the other ports and they all worked. Now, mind you, I tested the beginning of the port range and the end of the port range because there are like 10 ports in each one of the ranges over TCP and UDP. And all of that worked just fine. And then I went back to the very first port again and tested it, and it worked. So it's like, okay, that's really strange. So I'm not quite sure. I'm probably going to have to post some messages into the Distro AV Discord group to see if there's anything else they can have me look at, because it's strange that Windows can talk to Linux just fine, but Linux can't talk to Linux. And I just tested the network, every bit of the network ports and everything just work. I do not have, because I'm behind a router firewall, I don't have internal firewalls between these two, because one, they don't stay running. I use them for a very specific purpose. There's only one connection. I keep all the security updates and stuff like that there on them, and I kind of keep an eye on them. So I don't, need to run individual firewalls right now. But I don't know why it's not working. It's a little frustrating and annoying, but I don't know why. So I'll have to dig into that a little bit more and see if I can't. I mean, I've done probably the most amount of testing. And I did put on the setting, which is what allows the Linux streaming desktop to get the Windows stuff. There's an AVAHI system talk in FlatHub. So like in FlatHub, it's a sandboxed environment. It's kind of nice, kind of like bottles and stuff like that there. It sandboxes it. But you can have the org free desktop.avahi, which is basically a generic sort of network protocol that allows you to be able to just communicate pretty easily. It's just a really generic one that's available across Flatpaks. And putting that on my streaming desktop allows me to be able to see the stuff from Windows. Without it, it doesn't. So I put it onto the Linux desktop as well, a gaming desktop. That doesn't help. So it's kind of like, I don't know if it is an issue with the AVHI and the fact that it's really meant for more inbound versus outbound. But so I started looking into that, but I'm not quite sure what it is. Anybody has any idea, put a comment on this. Anybody stumbling across this who knows anything about NDI setup with Linux to Linux machines and that there, if feel free to put a message on this live stream and say, hey, Goober, go look at this thing. You forgot this one command, and I'll take a look at it. But I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. So with that being said, that was why I was running a little bit late. We're going to go ahead and get into SKER Ritual here. And we're going to try to play through and hopefully not take 10,000 years. Oh, and last time I did open up. Let me go here real quick. Last time I did open up this steampunk helmet. Thought it was kind of nice. So I figured, man, what the heck? So we're going to click on play, solo, and we're going to go to Deadly Lover's Lane, and I'm going to start my recording here. Welcome to my next episode of Deadly Lover's Fortress under SKER Ritual. This is yet another attempt at trying to beat it, and seeing if I can at least make it through the primary map itself. Not necessarily all the hidden like Easter eggs and stuff like that. So we'll see how I do. Or we'll see how crazy I get in the middle of it. See, my character doesn't have on my steampunk helmet. I don't know why. Not nice.
The main radio tower is here in Arwest Castle, the home of Mother's unspeakable atrocities. She'll be here somewhere. You need to get in there and put an end to this.
All right, Captain Skadoosh.
You're in the spirit world, but there's still a chance.
Oh my goodness.
Come back to me.
You know what? We're just going to quit out since we're right here at the very beginning. I do not know how in the world that even happened. Oh, play solo here. Nope, here. Normal. I want to try to play. I don't want to put it on like super easy or anything like that. I want to play it on normal. Goodness gracious, that was. What a skadoosh. And while I had infinite ammo, that's what makes it even worse. I know I'm not going to get infinite ammo again right there at that point.
The main radio tower is here in Arwest Castle, the home of Mother's unspeakable atrocities. She'll be here somewhere. You need to get in there and put an end to this.
Come on, one of you skadooshers drop me at it. Infinite ammo again. Oh, sure. Sudden death is not any better. You know what would be awesome is if in sudden death it would do like additional damage to boss characters. Oracle. Okay, okay, you hop up. Oh, where is the... Oh, there he is. Okay, Captain Skadoosh. Excuse me, I need ammo before I can continue dealing with you. Where is the ammo machine? I cannot even think of where the ammo machine is right around this section of the map. Oh wait, nope, the door's still closed. Because there's one right there. Okay, 1920. There we go. We'll take this. Hey, how you doing? That was a little close.
That was the gate. He's an unstoppable force of chaos and
Now
destruction.
I get max ammo.
Mother described him as the undying, a force to be reckoned with.
Hey, how you doing there, buddy? Oh, just get some points while we're at it. Okay, I know. This again. Don't be killing the other dudes over here. They didn't do anything to you.
You're in the spirit
Are
world,
you
so there's still a
kidding me?
chance to reincarnate yourself. Come back to me.
My
Find your way
goodness.
back.
Yep, I'll find my way back, and I'll have to go buy another life token. Yay. You jerks. Oh, there's some small. Oh, nope. Okay, where is this Baylor at? Oh, hey, buddy. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get over here where at least I've got some decent area to run around these weasels. And get 1,000. Hey, excuse me. You're supposed to stay out here, buddy. Okay, come on. Pick one. You. Okay, let's go buy my next life token. Just as I've got that. Oh, yep, I gotta shoot the thing up here. I know he's getting close. You jump over the edge there, buddy. This is not hard. Which is that? That is 2,500. How dare you turn around that fast? You little weasel. Okay, how much is the door here? It should be like $7.50. And yay! Okay, let's go grab an oil pot. Okay. Put you there. Grab you. Put you there. Think past you. Grab. Come on. Put you there. There's another one over here. What? Why are you not there? Why is the oil pot not there? It's supposed to be right there. Boy, okay, I gotta run all. Yep. Keep. Okay. Oh, hey, buddy. Sorry about the fact that you missed there. Okay. Time to play conga line again. I gotta run all the way out here. This is so wrong. There should be the one more right there. All right. Okay, y'all keep just walking around. I'm good with it. Take your time. I'm not in a rush, you know. Yep. Really? All right, come on. Hey, excuse me. You weasel. All right, good. I'm gonna get those guys out here now. Why can't I use this as a weapon? Like, seriously. Like, I should be able to use it at least as a mace. I mean, I can still set it on fire with blood on it, right? It shouldn't be too hard. There we go. Okay, one guy left. It looks like. Oh, come on! Don't get stuck on walls and stuff. Hey, look at that. Come on, electric dude. There we go. Just take out the electric guy. He's the one that's annoying. Okay. So far, so good. Making progress. And now I'll pull the lever. Hey, look at that. I made a hole in the wall. Hey, what are you doing?
Mother, she actually made it. She devised a vile way of keeping these doors sealed. The only way to unlock it is by collecting the heads of her puppets. She has well and truly lost her mind.
Yes, she has. Or they've lost their mind on her behalf. I have to come out here and do this now. Yes, I need to go ahead and do this puzzle, so Oh, not yet, not yet. Okay, so do I have enough to get over here? I think I do. Okay. Take an empty vial.
Those sacred and mythical creatures.
Okay, so I gotta go. A is upstairs.
Mother so that she could carve into them and empower her own.
Oh, I am not gonna be able to get apparently. Bread muffins.
This is one of Mother's experimentation for cloning monsters. After people stopped coming to the island, she had to think of a new way of
Okay.
creating her experiments. She even cloned her own family to manipulate and control.
Of course. Okay, doing good, doing good. Where's everybody else at? There. No. Oh, right there. New Miracle. Increase quick melee, auto aim bullets at enemies in sight for 5 seconds. Yep, take that. We'll take both of those. Definitely not going to complain about what? Okay, I better go back out here now. Up here, how much was this door? I don't think it was that much. Was it 1250? Okay, well. Where is A is right there. Okay. All right, let me do the same thing I did last week. Give me just a second here. Take a photo, and then I shall write down what the actual sequence is. All right, and let's see. What do we? Okay, down here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh no. Yep. Slide on through. Oh my goodness. You jerk. Why did you not just die to me shooting you in the head? Okay, there. No, no, no. We're not putting up with you, buddy. Okay, we'll put up... Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, he's still the slowest. Okay, they're both pretty slow right now. Okay, up here, here, here. All right, we'll get this. All right. So there we go. Are you kidding? I have all that time and I still took a blurry photo. What a skadoosh. Okay, let's see here. Give me just a second. Okay, here we go. Yeah, where's my pen? All right, gonna make some notes here real quick for A. I am. Gotta put this bookmark here in the back. Okay, so I need a triangle, a circle, a square, and a Done. I think they periodically rotate them. Okay, so who has the triangle circle? Let's start with that one. Hey, buddy. Nope, triangle circle. Are you the triangle circle? Nope. Are you the triangle circle? Triangle circle, square, diamond. Okay, there we go. Know which one it is.
Those creatures, those sacred and mythical creatures. They would capture them, bring them to Mother so that she could carve into them and empower her own monstrous creations.
Yep, yep. Oh, hey, 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 hey. Hey there, buddy. You keep it up. You're doing a great job there. Yep, you guys just did. You keep it up. Okay, B was... Oh, no, B's upstairs too. B should be right here. Okay, pause that. Okay, next. Okay, this one definitely is a little more complicated than last time. Okay, let's see here. So, this time that is A. Here is B, and then I'll mark C here. So it is circle, diamond. I keep drawing the image too. Like it's weird. Like I draw the image instead of just like, you know, writing it out. Like putting a letter there instead. Triangle. And then circle, diamond, triangle, circle. Oh, that was the same as last time. Okay. All right. Got the next one. Okay, who has circle, diamond? Circle. Nope. You two. Tommy got that. Or Thompson. Circle, circle. Hey! You guys aren't supposed to come down there that fast. Circle, diamond. Circle, diamond. That's diamond, diamond. Are you circle, diamond? No. What are you? Nope. Circle, diamond. That one. Okay, there we go. Oop. This one here is a little harder than it was last Thursday when I was doing this, because last Thursday they were both as... Hey! Okay, how did the one guy get out there so fast? Okay. I'm gonna make life easier on myself. I'm gonna come back out here at least, circle them up. Time to play conga line. Okay. All right, we got an enthusiastic one here. He's a high-stepping, silent one. Okay, well, we can deal with that. So, nope. Okay, where am I going? Oh my goodness. All right, and B. Where's C at? Oh yeah, C is right. You weasel. Okay, now for C. Right. There we go. So we have circle, 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 square. Okay. Well, that should be pretty easy to... Well, I say it's pretty easy to find, but actually it isn't, because some of these things are so dark. There. Oh, I gotta go grab it. Derp. Hey! All right. Man. Yep. I'm also not buying any other weapons yet because I know when I go to get this goofy sword that it's going to take my weapon and I'm going to lose it and I'm not going to waste the money on it right now. Hey, buddy. You guys are doing great. The king of the rats. Okay. Let's go and grab that. I don't even know if I'm hitting his skadooshia in his head or not. Hey! Okay, y'all have to be at the same speed, man. This is... Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot he's got the, acidy stuff here I walked into. I was like, man, there's gotta be a second person behind me, but there isn't. Alright. Okay, Miracle, what do we have here? Healing stab. Okay, maybe that's a good one to have. Whoop. Hey. Stop leaving your junk everywhere, dude. Okay, it's conga time with Captain Skadoosh here. Oh, okay. Alright. Eliminate the mutated rat. That's my goal. It's actually my number one focus right now. He doesn't seem to be happy about being eliminated, though. I mean, I get your instructions, but he is very, not cooperative. Okay. What? Oh my goodness, why are you teleporting now, you weaselly jerk? money. Money! Oh, things are half priced. Oh, I know what I'm gonna go get. There's the extra health thing right up here. Right up here. Right here. Extra elixir of life. And then, was it not right? Not there. I already have a life token. I can't get a second one. Hey, buddy. Alright, half price has already ran out on me. Yup. I'm doing okay. I think I got this guy. Alright. Yeah, okay. Nope, I don't. Triple the points. Oh, that's right. That extra 30 points. That's the bleed. Oh, nice. Or the poison or whatever. The fact that I'm poisoning the king of the rats, who's glowing purple, is amazing. Load. Okay, keep running. Keep. Oh, nope, nope. You're too close. Too close. Too close. Why you do that? One more good shot on him. There we go.
Trust to help me. I trust you.
Yep, you can trust me.
Know this.
I am not a
Only
skadoosh.
just her domain.
Whoa. Okay. So I gotta go pick up something here. Yay! Pick this up. Because I don't have the other doors open. Run all the way around. Okay. Whoop. Put this here. That opens that up. Use a teleportation platform. Okay, got it. Kill quiet ones in this area. All right, 4%. Wow, 1,500. What's this one here? Joseph Henry automatic. I don't know that I've used this one before. What the heck? 97 on 194. Okay, that's got to be a little bit of a longer reload. Didn't think about that one. Safeguard. Oh man, he died on me. I didn't really want that. Okay, next miracle. Ice bomb. Poison. Okay, I gotta go this way. What? Turned the wrong way. That's not nice. All right, making some good progress here. Actually, this would be the first time I think I've used this gun. It'd be nice to get this one upgraded. I actually have enough to upgrade it now. Ooh, triple points. Triple points while I'm like running and trying to complete stuff isn't necessarily good. All right, buddy. Get you electrocuted. Completed objective story mission. Okay. Open. Come on. Run. Run, Skadoosh, run. Go. Go. I reloaded way too much. Okay. Up. Okay. Yeah, 59. Oh, I need to go back and get some ammo here. All right, well, it's time for conga line. Hello, everybody. Thank you for gathering here today. I have a very important announcement. Douche. Oh no. Hey, max ammo. All right. So let's just keep running. Hey, buddy. Wanna go do your thing, please? Ah! Run. You can run faster than the other guy. Yep, there you go. Good. Don't. Yep, stop. There you go. Go. Turn. Go. You got this, buddy. Yeah, okay. All right, it should be right here. Okay. Okay, and this should summon in, remembering correctly from last week, another Baylor. Open! Yay! Baylor the Undying! Yay! I've always wanted yet another skadoosh. Whoop, hey now. Go here. Oh, nope, there we go. Oh man. I almost really messed that one up. You might be an interesting gun to have too. I have not picked that one up yet. Oh yeah, that's right. Baylor's slow. Well, this Baylor is. Excuse me? Gotta give him some encouragement to run. Come on, Baylor. Goodness gracious. Why are you so slow? Okay. That should be the stallion juice, if I remember correctly. Oh, well, of course I'll take dealing more damage to the enemies I'm poisoning. Who wouldn't? Okay, everybody, let's play Conga Line again. Ooh, it's been a while. Hey, Goggamp, man, how you doing? Ah! I'm clearly about ready to die. Yeah, it is a pretty good game. It's a lot like COD Zombies, but more medieval. It's a lot of fun. Okay. Take that, skadoosh. I've been, yep, I'm glad to hear you're doing good. I've been doing good. Going crazy with work and stuff like that there, and trying to survive, making it through every day at work. But other than that, not too bad. How's school going, man? Okay, where's the big skadoosh? It's right. Okay. Okay. So I'm glad to hear it's going good. Yeah, I think everybody had a few days off because it's snow days. Oh, come on. Oh, I know it's over here. Come on. Is it, nope, not that way. This way. Come on. The revive thing's right over here. I'm so close. Don't die on me. Don't you do it. Okay, there we go. Oh, man. Okay. Give me just a second here. Yeah, so there for work there's where we have to go in a couple of days a week and stuff, and they were sending out notifications for work saying, you know, not to even try coming in because of how dangerous it was just in general. So we really have to go in like 2 days a week, but they're just like, yep, nope, too much. Get that guy. Alright, the other one, runner, is not bad. Right. Get that guy. Okay, they're okay. Alright, so let's go take care of Baylor. So it's like a, yes, it is. So like, as you complete through certain things, you're basically helping the daughter of two mad scientists try to undo what her parents did. but it's got that's kind of like the storyline of what you're doing here, and it is based upon like COD Zombies rounds, where you play through different rounds and the zombies get harder and you get more of them and stuff. You got different weapons you can purchase, but they're kind of different. They're not like the COD Zombie stuff. But you can upgrade the weapons. You can get basically like jugs, speed, stamina, stuff like that. But like how you progress through... Oh, I'm almost out of ammo. There's ammo machines where you don't have to just worry about ammo drops. They're actually pretty decent to be able to get the ammo machines. They're not like super expensive. Let's see here. I just beat Titanfall 2, and I've been looking into games that I want to play, and this seems interesting. Yeah, it's got. I've played through. If you go back through on my YouTube channel, you go into my history, you'll see where I've got like several attempts at other maps, because they're a little bit harder. But it's got like easy, normal. It's got like 6 different levels of difficulty per map. And it's got Easter eggs and stuff like that in it. It's a lot of fun. It's not real expensive. Plus, they've got more. Recently, they just released some more DLC, I think, for it. But yeah, this one here. No, I have not. I don't even think I have Titanfall 2. I've thought about getting it, but I also know that so now, does that have like a campaign where you don't have to play online? So I thought Titanfall 2 was purely like an online game, kind of like Apex Legends or... Oh, I did not get my other thing.
It wasn't supposed to end this way.
Okay, yeah, no, I have... Okay, so yeah, it's got a campaign. It's amazing, yeah. Where do you pick that one up at? Is that on Steam or is it one of the other stores? Miracles. It's on Steam and Xbox PC games. Okay. Let's see here. Red bubbles. Nope. What was it? There is perk upgrades. Let's see. Do I have any other perk? Shock and load. Shock and load seems to be the only one that I've got. Level 3. Oh, no. Bastions I've got. Load speed. Get up and go. More gun. Requires 3. Increase weapon slot by 1 and ammo capacity by 11%. Okay, well, we are going to take that one for sure. Because I can never complain about having more ammo in a game where I'm running around shooting everything. If you have the subscription for PC Game Pass, it's on there. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't have that one. But let's see here. Give me just a second. If it's on Steam, let me go look it up here real quick. Store. Oh, I do have the, oh my goodness. I have it? When did I get this? I have no idea. Okay. I do have it. Maybe, okay. Then maybe that'll be one of my, because like I've been, so like I finished the Metro series and stuff. So let me go back here to intermission. And let me go ahead and stop the recording. once I'm done with that. I'll have to cut that video, but yeah, so I finished all 3 parts of the Metro series. And I've got all the videos uploaded. They're going to be released over probably the next month because I hadn't uploaded them because there was some stuff that I needed to go back and edit in the videos and stuff like that there. And it took me a little while to actually figure out how to modify and blur and do some stuff in the videos and stuff. But I finally got all of those done. So I've been like, periodically I come back and I play SKER Ritual because it is more complicated than Call of Duty Zombies and it takes a little bit more to get through it and stuff. So I come back to it every once in a while. But I've been looking for another game and stuff that is something in between because like I had been looking at some of my library of what's coming next, and then I've played all 3 Metro series back to back. So that's like a first person shooter game. And I was wanting to try to do something a little bit different, but I didn't want to have, to put a whole lot of thought into it, which is why I went back to SKER Ritual. SKER Ritual, it gives you everything you kind of need to do. You're just running around shooting and stuff like that there. And whether I make it through it or not in a video and that doesn't really bother me a whole lot. You haven't played COD Zombies since Black Ops 2. It's amazing because even Black Ops 2 is still, if you look on the Steam store, I think even Black Ops 2 is still like $50 or $60. I've got I've got Black Ops 3, which is probably the most modded version of the Black Ops games, and I could probably play a couple maps on that. But yeah, I've just been playing this one here as a filler. I got a couple of puzzle games when I got a couple of free puzzle games that looked interesting at first, but now that I went back to them, they're like, maybe not. So maybe I'll switch over and do something like this here. Look at Titanfall. How big is Titanfall? Let's see. My library. I know that the online community for Titanfall 2. Okay, 30 gigs. Okay. I should be right down here. 8 gig, right? I definitely have all that. Storage is 45 on the PC. It's probably 30 on the Xbox because it might be a little bit lower. But yeah, so I'll look into this one right here. Maybe get this added in. Definitely. How about this? Before I get too far, we go into my library. Titanfall 2. Let me go ahead and add to what's up here. Here's what's coming next. So I'll get it in my list of stuff that that'll be coming up for me to be able to play. The other thing is, never mind, the game 63 gig. Okay, well, it's a little smaller on the PC version then, because it says it's 45. Oh, yes. Wow. Okay, wait a minute. So here, this is weird. Let me go to screen capture. What's gonna? Oh no, wrong one. Remote screen capture. Where is it? Is it India display capture? There we go. So here it says 63 gig. But when I went to the store page and scrolled down, it says storage 45 gig. That's weird. Windows 7, 8, 10. All right, cool. So yeah, kind of a weird little thing. So yeah, I'll get that in the list. I think I want to try to break up the games a little bit. And so I'll probably pick one of the, as soon as I think of it, give me just a second. My brain just paused on me. Probably one of the puzzle games. Let's try to find one of them that's maybe not real long to try to get through and do that, and then come back in and maybe look to do Titanfall next. But it doesn't look like it's got pretty decent requirements. One of the other things that I'm trying to do is since you've been gone for a little bit, I actually switched over my streaming setup. So you know how I have my gaming laptop. Let me see here. Hit this one right here. See if you can see it over here. But like I've got here's my gaming laptop. But over there is where my my streaming PC is. And I should have hit my toggle left to right. It would have switched back automatically. Yep, I've got a few things. I've got a few things rearranged now. So, yep, I moved all this stuff around. But this laptop here is the Windows laptop that I'm currently playing on, and then I've got this one right here, which is my Linux laptop. So I've got a dual setup because I'm trying to get things switched over into Linux the best that I can. And then I've got my streaming PC set up. That's all now completely Linux. So I got rid of that on Windows, and I'm running OBS and StreamerBot and everything on Linux now. It does all my recording, it does all my streaming, stuff like that. Haven't really had too many issues with it. Been working pretty good. So you feel like it doesn't have Linux doesn't have enough support for games yet. I don't disagree with you. I know that Valve is making quite a bit of progress on the Proton layer. And as of right now, even this game, even though SKER Ritual requires Windows, I run it on my Linux laptop and it plays fine. I do not think currently that there is a single game that I play that I haven't been able to play on this here. Now, I use Garuda Linux, Garuda Linux, which is based off of Arch. Garuda already comes prepackaged with a lot of software that makes dealing with playing Windows games in Linux a lot easier. It comes with a heroic game launcher. It has bottles for installing other games. It has other ports. Arch Linux is actually what Valve develops the SteamOS on. So SteamOS is based off of Arch Linux. That's why I chose an Arch distribution, because it would be easier to deal with. So I haven't ran into any issues, but I'm also playing a lot of single player games and stuff. I could play COD Zombies on there just fine. I've actually played, back when I was playing Overwatch, I could play Overwatch in Linux. I mostly play online games which require anti-cheat, which usually doesn't work. So it's definitely totally, yes, that is correct. That's what I was getting to. So like the only thing I haven't been able to figure out how to do now, you could play other online games where like you get to set stuff up. Like I could play TF2. Now TF2 actually has a native Linux client from Valve, so you could play that one. COD Zombies, if I host the game, I can have other people connect to it where I'm playing that. But yes, any of the ones that take like like regular multiplayer, Call of Duty Cold War, Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7, Apex Legends, all of those, they do not work because they require an anti-cheat. Unless it's the easy anti-cheat. Give me just a second here. So if it's easy anti-cheat, that is actually already built into Proton from Valve. But there's a lot of companies that don't use it, even though Valve's like, we already made the anti-cheat work for you. You just have to get your game to work in Proton. There's just a lot of companies that don't want to do it. Yeah, actually, yeah, it does. Yeah, so under the tools, it's the Proton Easy Anti-Cheat Runtime. So it's already built by Valve. Valve actually did all the work for the game companies so that they wouldn't even have to do it. If they already use Easy Anti-Cheat, you just use it there. But the game companies won't do it because they think, I don't know what they think. Some of them think that it's easier to cheat in Linux, which it really isn't. I mean, Windows has been easy to cheat in for years and they keep it there. I think the overall solution, now this is kind of getting into a little bit of an odd situation. Is it the same process for both, I feel? It's similar. So if you're talking about using the easy anti-cheat, if they deploy their game under the Proton layer, which is an emulator basically, or abstraction layer for Windows or Wine, it wouldn't be very different for them, other than the fact that it's not a full Windows distribution. They just have to figure out how to deploy it under Proton, which already has the anti-cheat. The anti-cheat hooks are the same from Proton to Windows, so that's no different because Valve already fixed all that. It's just the fact that they've got to deploy their game, and all the distributables and stuff like out there that from Windows, they kind of have to package it up and deploy it along in Proton if it's not there. And that's really the only other thing that they've got to do. So it really isn't that difficult. It's just, it isn't difficult. It's maybe some extra work on their side. So, you know, many of them don't do it. To me, the ultimate solution would be something like, there's another Linux distribution you could look into. It's called Bazite. It is, I think it's based off of Arch Linux, but you get to what they call, it's an immutable distribution, which means you download it and you download the stuff in it and using like flat packs and stuff, but you cannot upgrade the operating system. You don't apply patches. You can't run anything in the user space. Yes, Bazite's right. Yeah, it is based off the SteamOS, but it's immutable, which means you can't run it. You can't modify it yourself because there's nothing for you to do. So when you upgrade it, it literally does like a full replace. But immutable distributions would be where a lot of these game companies would look to go, especially in Linux, because it would help alleviate a lot of the problems for cheating and stuff, because you can't run cheats in it. You can't even install them in most cases, unless you were doing something like, say, like a DRM, where you actually have like all the cheat software built into connected to the memory chip and stuff. But even immutable Linux distributions have some security features against that and the way that they work. I think a lot of game companies, it would behoove them to really look into maybe immutable Linux distributions. Quite frankly, maybe they should just work with Valve, because Valve solved probably 80% of the problems for them. Like, most of what's there, Valve's already done. And I don't know why a lot of these companies don't choose to work with them instead of trying to compete with them. Because, you know what, if you get Valve working on it and you get an understanding and you get your foot in the door, that doesn't mean they have to stick with Valve, right? They understand SteamOS and all that. Then they can begin to look at building their own. And Valve provides SteamOS as an open source thing. You can customize it whatever way you want in that. I feel like anti-cheat on Linux would work better since they have total access to the OS at the kernel level. Yes, they do. Because if they built it into the operating system, it would work better. That is 100% correct. Where in Windows, because Windows doesn't let you get at their stuff the same way that if they were to use a custom kernel, because there's so many things that you could put in blocks for the custom kernel too, under an immutable Linux distribution. So I completely agree the fact that they would have better control in that. I don't get why they don't. It's kind of a really weird thing, stuff. But it is what it is at this point. Who knows how long it's going to take them to kind of figure out that stuff. But I think as the Valve Steam Deck and SteamOS really take off, and especially if they're, so like Valve's also releasing the Steam Box, which is their intermediate between their, like a full console / PC. I know it's gonna be 12 to like 11 to $1,200 and stuff. That's supposed to be coming out here. I think as Valve really starts to get the Steam machine moving along, that's really going to start to pull in other game developers and trying to see what they could get running on there, because you know at that point they've got the entire Valve ecosystem and stuff. And I think that's going to be probably the next biggest trigger, because I think some companies like, oh, the Steam Deck, it's it's a handheld thing. It doesn't really run well. There's some limitation. But you get onto the Steam machine, which is basically a customized Linux operating system on full-size PC hardware and stuff. They're gonna be like, okay, now we have some horsepower to deal with, and that's really going to encourage them to really look at that. Because if that thing starts taking off, they're going to have to. Probably the only company that isn't going to would probably be Epic. I mean, Linux already has 4 to 6% of the market share, so it's definitely getting out there. Yes, that is a big thing. As a matter of fact, that 6% is that 4 to 6%. It used to be like 1 to 3% just a year or so ago, or about maybe within the last 5 years. But here in the last year, with some of the stuff that Microsoft's done and stuff like that, it has really, really jumped up there quite a bit. And I think if they could get the Steam machine out and getting that into people's hands, I'm thinking that if you get somewhere between 10 to maybe 15% of the market share going to Valve under the Steam machine and in the Steam Deck and Steam OS, that's really going to trigger a lot of companies to say, you know what, we really should start putting some effort in here and stuff. Oh, and real quick, let me switch back over here. Well, Epic Games is going to, since they want the money, but they might not be able to, since Fortnite game is on the Microsoft Store, and Microsoft I want them to switch to Linux. True. Although currently Tim Sweeney, the owner of Epic Games, is trying to file a lawsuit against Valve for being having monopolistic practices and stuff. And there's another place there's another place out in the UK that's trying to sue Valve for like $900 million and stuff, saying that they're not being, they lock people in, which is not true. Yes, that is not going to work. That is true. And they're the farthest thing from a monopoly. That is true, because the fact that they give developers the ability, I mean, you can distribute your game freely. You can get Steam keys for your games. You could sell your Steam keys for your game on any platform in any way to make any amount of money you want, and then get the game on Steam. They don't care. Their only thing is don't use another platform to undercut Steam. So you can't sell a game on Epic Game Store for $20 when the game's $50 on Steam. They're just like, nope, this should always be comparable. And they don't care if you sell the game cheaper on Steam and Epic Game Store. That doesn't bother them one bit. So here, real quick, let me just show you. So here is they aren't they doing it because 30% cut, even though Epic Games has a similar cut. So Epic Games takes sending, I think it's 12 to 18%, where Steam currently does 30%. But Steam also provides all the bandwidth for the games. They provide the Valve anti-cheat back stuff that they've got. They provide the entire store, the communication and all the reviews and community pieces for there. They also provide all the online storage for your games. So like every game has its own version of cloud storage. So they provide all the cloud storage at no extra cost. All the stuff I'm talking about comes out of that same 30%. So it's not like you have to pay on a separate cost. You get that cloud storage in your account. So it's actually technically free because it doesn't matter the game. Even if it's a free game, they still get cloud storage. They've got the chat and communication features where you can call, jump on chats and stuff. They provide so much stuff from that 30% that most people don't even understand or even think about on a regular basis. And they have sales also, and aren't they by Steam and not the game publisher? Yes, sometimes Steam will sell put the game on discount. So like sometimes Steam will actually, don't quote me on it because I'm not 100% sure, but I think Steam will actually buy up some of the games and sell them at a discount and stuff like that. So they'll still pay the $30 in the game, but maybe they'll put it on sale under their, one of their sales to sell a little bit cheaper, but they're still making money on it. But what I was going to point out is I've also, so in this one right here, here's the major map. So I played Cursed Lands of Lavenrock, Ashes of SKER Hotel, and Sewers of the Dead. These ones right here, there's probably 10 videos of these 3 maps right here that took me a while to go through and get and make it through. But the one I was playing tonight is Deadly Lover's Fortress. Then I've got House of the Damned and Tides of Terror. So I'm trying to get through the final 3, and I think there's some other stuff too. But yeah, I think what Valve's doing with a lot of the stuff that they provide is pretty good. I don't know that Epic is ever going to get to where they really need to be in order to compete with Valve. And I'm not saying they shouldn't try, but why not use Valve as a platform to continue making money instead of wasting money going after them? They can put their games on Valve, on Steam, and on Windows and be just fine, because isn't Fortnite free everywhere else anyways? So it's not like they're going to be making money off of it. I mean, people are still on Steam while Epic is literally giving away free games. Yep. Matter of fact, there was a recent story where a game was released free in one of the free giveaways on the Epic Game Store, and the very day that game went on sale, they got a 120% increase in purchases on Steam the same day the game was free on the Epic Game Store. But I mean, but if you think about it, like I said, like I was saying with Fortnite's free. We learned, and it's on Steam now. Yep. But yeah, I mean, Fortnite's free, so like, where are they complaining at Steam is a monopoly, because they wouldn't make money off of Steam anyways, because other games release their games free on Steam and Steam doesn't make money off them, but yet they still house all the infrastructure for that game. It's on the Microsoft's, but it's still free. So like, releasing a free game on another platform wouldn't be much of anything. I can't remember. Is Fortnite? Let me switch back over here. Is Fortnite on PlayStation? Let me see. Fortnite. On PlayStation. Yes, Fortnite's available on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Yep. Oh, it's on the Nintendo Switch now too? I didn't know that. Yeah, so I mean, come on, Epic. I mean, at this point, really stop fighting with it, go with the flow. And now I remember what it is. They did not want to deal with so in order to purchase stuff, kind of like with iOS, Steam does say that if you wanted to do stuff, they want you to buy the stuff through Steam, and that's where Steam would still get a percentage of the discount, a percentage of like the V-Bucks or whatever Fortnite has, and that's how they would make the money, which isn't bad if it's 30%, but I believe if you have it linked to your Epic account, you could still buy the V-Bucks even then. And I don't think I don't know that Steam would go after Epic Game Stores for having in-game currency. They don't do it with some of the other places. You don't have to. There's a game I played called Warframe, I think, where you can still buy it on my website. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen stuff for Warframe. It's available there. But I don't know. Like I said, it would be nice to see if a couple of these companies could work with Valve a little bit more, because Valve has a massive system that they could learn from. And in all the years that Epic Games Store has been available, and it's been like 5, 6, 7 years, they haven't come anywhere close to building any of the capabilities that Valve's had for 10, almost 15 years. Instead of fighting against them, work with it, understand what it is, and truly begin to compete. And that's what Epic and a lot of these other places need to be able to do. Even the Microsoft Store, there's a little bit of user ratings and stuff like that, but I don't know that it's as useful as the Steam one is. You don't think it's because of the money either, because Microsoft's getting a cut of Fortnite. That's true. They are probably getting their cut on the stuff on Fortnite, or getting something coming back from Epic to be able to have the game in that environment. But who knows? Like I said, instead of competing with them, work with them, make some money and stuff like that while you're at it, and build something comparable. I mean, the only place that's going to, right now, the only company that's competing with Valve is Valve, and they keep making Valve better. So many of these companies could take that step back, look at what Valve's done, and try to mimic it. Clearly, they don't want to violate any kind of stuff that Valve has in the way of like patents or anything like that there, but I don't think Valve really patents a lot of stuff. Plus, gamer communications and stuff like a text chat, voice chat, I don't think it's specific to Valve. It's been around since it has been around in other games. And the Epic Games launcher is terrible. Yes, it is. I actually do have it. So in Linux, on Arch Linux, you could get the Heroic game launcher, and Heroic actually connects to GOG, Epic, and Amazon Prime. So I've got it connected to all three of my games, and it's still the even though I've got a custom launcher that launches the Epic Game Store, it is horrible. I mean, it is just a kludgy mess. It just doesn't work well. Of course, it's not like any of the other ones. Like the only one that I think is actually probably decent from a launcher perspective is maybe Battle.net. I think because Valve's been around for such, or not Valve, Blizzard and Activision has been around for such a long time. I think they've got a decent one, but it's still pretty bare bones. Like, there's not much there. If you want to go to any kind of community forum, you got to go to their site, where Steam has everything in one location. They literally put it all within one app. Even if it is a website, they still load it into one place in that app. They just do it better. That's all there is to it. But I think that's going to be it for me today. I appreciate you stopping by. Let's see, you were doing track. If I remember correctly, Steam is amazing, and the Battle.net is not useful at all anymore because of the COD games is on Steam. Yes, true. They did release all of that. So yes, I agree. But I mean, from a launcher perspective, it's not as kludgy as the Epic one is. But if I remember correctly, you were doing some. I know you were doing track, and I can't remember whether you were playing football or not. How did your track season and stuff like that finish up for you? Before I have to get going. Oh, you made it to States. Awesome. Congratulations, man. That's a good job. Waiting on spring season? Okay. And then were you doing anything else? Because were you playing football? I can't remember. I know we talked about like my son playing track and football. I can't remember whether you were playing football or not. Boxing and wrestling. And how are those going for you? Are you doing anything with that right now, or is it off season for you for those two? For boxing, this might be my last year. I won the title of the best lightweight under 17 in my boxing gym. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations on that one as well. You're just kicking butt all over the place in the sports that you're working on. And then how are you doing in wrestling? And wrestling is okay. Well, hey. Is it something that you're trying? So if you don't like it, is it something you're trying for the first time and maybe finding that you don't like it quite as much? Outside of school. Okay, so it's like an extracurricular thing. Well, you know what? I mean, the big thing would be is like, if you've committed to trying it for a little while, stick with that commitment of a time duration the best that you can. Yeah, outside of school, because it messes with the winter track. Okay, I've done it for 2 years. Well, hey, did you set yourself a time duration? If not, if it's something that, if it's occupying your time and that's what you're looking for, then maybe stick with it. If it's something that you feel that's maybe detracting and you don't have a time frame, that's kind of up to you. I mean, if you committed to trying it for a season, then stick with it for that season. But if you feel like it's something that's not going well for you, then by all means. So I wanted to do it till my senior year, and I'm a junior now, and it messes with time a lot. Okay, so there you go. Since you've made that commitment, try to hold yourself to it. That's probably the number one thing you can do on your own for yourself. If that's the commitment that you said you were going to do, try to stick with it. But with you doing as good in the other things, like if you had to let something to go, I would understand on that. And that was something we talked about with our son, was if you make the commitment, stick with it, unless it becomes too much of a burden to you and stuff. But if you're still going through the regimen, doing the workouts, keeping yourself healthy and stuff, working towards the stuff in there, it's not a bad thing. It's not even that I'm bad at it, I'm decent at it. It's just since it's out of school, transport is annoying. Yeah. That can be a difficult thing. So I take it, do you have your license yet, or are you working towards that? Okay, well, if you're not allowed to have a car until you're 18, that kind of puts a damper on it. Okay, well, hey, that I understand. I messed up myself in some of my responsibilities, and I wasn't allowed to get my license until I was 17. I had to wait an extra year because I was falling behind and not doing some of the stuff in school and stuff like that. That's on me, though. That was my fault. So, not saying I don't completely understand, but yep, I know how some parents can be like that. Your dad doesn't think that you'll be home. That I can understand. With several school commitments and stuff like that there, I could see that. I'll say that from our son's perspective, once he got his car, it was real easy for him to be able to go do things and run out and do stuff afterwards, even though, still had curfew and stuff like that he had to go to. So I get it from your dad's perspective and stuff, but that's where you have to, and the only thing I can recommend to you, and it may not change your dad's opinion at all, would be as if you came up with a plan for how you're still going to be home in that circumstance and stuff. And what I would do is even afterwards, because if I remember correctly, I think we talked about you were thinking about going on to college, and I can't remember whether you were going to stay at home or not for college. I mean, I understand it's just the summertime. True, summertime is a little bit different because of the fact that you don't have as many commitments and stuff. But if you came up with a plan to your dad to say, here's what I look on trying to do, and here's how I plan on trying to be home and stuff like that there with these other commitments, just present him your plan. Doesn't mean it's going to change his opinion, doesn't mean it's going to change his mind and stuff like that there, but it's something for you to think about how you present things to others and working through the things that you want to be able to do in your life, because that's going to benefit you not only now, but even in your job. That's something I have to do in my job, and I've had to do it for a long time, is present how you're going to deal with something. That would be good practice. Again, your dad can still come back and say no, but it's practice for you to improve your skills on presenting that kind of stuff. I'm home during the school year since practice. I'm doing at home still since it's close, and that's what our son's doing, because it's only like a 20-minute drive. He's still at home and stuff like that. Tell you what, saves you quite a bit of money. It really does. So keep working on it. And like I said, present the plan to your dad. See if it is. Tell him that you understand. It may not change his mind, but here's what your plan is, and here's how you would try, want to stick to a plan of being able to be home and still be there for family events and activities and stuff like that. The mandatory funtivities with the family. Sure, yeah. If you got a question, go ahead. Aerospace engineering, I don't know that it's going to be that difficult. Engineering is one of those ones where if you're dependent upon your level of success with schooling and stuff like that there, I think you would be able to do it. Aerospace is going to be a little bit different. Our son's thinking about switching from doing actuarial, which is statistical and financial accounting, over into mechanical engineering in that. There's a lot of places where even if you weren't able to get into, say, aerospace, like going over to like NASA or something like that, the core foundation of the engineering degree that you're going to have could work in planes. Other companies for even car manufacturing and that. So I think you have a wide variety of places that engineering background could get you into. And the biggest thing to look for would be internships and finding places where you can do internships for the engineering that you're looking into. Matter of fact, how our son wound up, I was worried that it won't be able to look for any other jobs if they didn't hire me. No, engineering, the math behind engineering really kind of gets into like whether you would go into like mechanical engineering. The only one that I think is probably a little bit variable would be more like civil engineering. But yeah, doing mechanical engineering, you're going to have a lot of that background, and you're going to be able to use a lot of that in other places. So the big thing would be is to get into like an internship. Our son actually was looking for an internship, thought he was getting one in actuarial work for the statistics and stuff. And actuarial does like risk calculations and stuff, and wound up falling into doing a internship for mechanical engineering on airplanes, and loved doing it so much that he is now switching his degree after he completes this year of most of his general education. He's switching over to doing mechanical engineering next. Yeah, you can't do civil engineering because you hate AutoCAD. Yeah, CAD can be a little bit different. I did CAD in high school. Of course, that was quite a long time ago. I graduated in 1998. I did a short stint in the older CAD systems and stuff like that. It's not for everybody. I did drafting and stuff like that, like manual paper drafting, and I did mechanical drafting. And then, so I did 3 years of drafting school in 1 year, clear up until auto and basically computer drafting, CAD. It wasn't called AutoCAD at the time. It was just called CAD. And then I started the 4th year of drafting looking about being able to do houses and structures and stuff like that. I didn't get through it because I actually wound up graduating, but I really enjoyed it. But AutoCAD is a different beast now than what it was when I was doing it. But no, I think if you go into aerospace engineering and stuff like out there, getting a lot of the mechanical engineering and stuff like that in the classes, you're going to have a wealth of opportunities that will present itself, even if it isn't aerospace itself. There are other companies. There's, what is it? There's the one that's owned by Elon Musk. I can't remember the name of it. Not Starlink. The other one, the missile company. I'll think of it at some other point in time. A good minor for an engineering major because my family is trying to get me to do law, which I don't want to do. A good minor for engineering. Hey, honey.
Yeah.
One of the guys that I've talked to, Godgamp, he's thinking about going into engineering.
Okay.
He wants to do aerospace engineering.
Okay.
He's asking about what would be a good, make that his major.
Uh-huh.
What would be a good minor for him? He's thinking about business.
So about 65% of people that get their undergraduate degree in engineering end up in management.
Okay.
So a business minor is a good idea.
Okay. So, my wife's in here. She's sitting over here playing Minecraft. So she actually did she was a nurse, registered nurse for a number of years. She went into biomedical engineering at the very beginning, but then towards the very end decided to switch to becoming like a bedside nurse. So she's done a lot of the engineering background, and she was a manager and a director and worked with a lot of people with engineering degrees and stuff. So business would be an amazing thing because that gets you into kind of the management side of things. So that's a good start. Business minor with engineering major is a pretty good compromise. The business side of it, being on the minor, isn't going to make things so difficult that dealing with the engineering major part of it is going to be hard. It's not going to add like a massive workload. But she's saying somewhere around 60 to 65% do both of those. So that's a good one. Business would be perfect.
I've got an MBA.
Well, oh yeah, sorry. She's also got a master's degree in business administration and stuff. So, so she might have a slight bias towards it, but yeah, the number of people that she's also worked with in understanding that would be a good one for you. And law's just very fickle and weird, and that takes a whole different level of studying and in that than what engineering would. Not that it's a bad thing, but if you like business and engineering, I'd go with it. That's a perfect combination. That works out because that's what the things I did in my freshman and sophomore year. Yep. Hey. Then if you liked it and you enjoyed it in that, stick with it. You know, doing the things that you like. And so like for me, because I've always liked doing stuff on computers. I got my first computer when I was 9, and I kind of knew that that's something I was going to wind up sticking with. Of course, I'm very weird in the fact that I knew I wanted to do something in computers and knew early on that I was going to go into college and get some kind of computer degree when I was 9 years old. I know I'm a weirdo, but if it's something that you've already done and if it's something that you like, stick with it, and I think if you're a very hands-on person and love working on computers also. Yep. Well, computer science, computer engineer, cybersecurity, stuff like that, that's all in there. But if you really like the aerospace and business, I would start with that, and go with that. But if you enjoy it, why not? Go ahead and try to do it, and even if your family doesn't want you to do something else in that, I think once they see how things are coming for you, maybe that things are coming easier for doing business in aerospace engineering, as long as you're not struggling with it, and stuff like that, they're going to come along with it. Not every family always agrees with everything. Be respectful and stuff like that there, but do what you feel you have that passion for. And very hands-on. Computer science is a competitive field, I feel like. It's because all my sisters are business majors. Well, but here you go. If your sisters are all business majors, that also means if you get into doing the business minor and that other thing, that also means that you have a set of resources that maybe not everybody does if you're looking to do the business minor, right? You actually have a little bit of an access to other resources and stuff. And you might be able to save a little bit because maybe they have books. You might be able to talk through things with them. Might not be a bad idea. But no, I think your plan of doing aerospace and business sounds great, you know? Awesome. It sounds good, man. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream here. And I really do appreciate you stopping by and stuff. Again, I'm here Tuesdays and Thursdays and stuff. They also the pay doesn't hurt at all. No, it doesn't. They usually do pay pretty well, but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. No, but I really do appreciate you stopping by. I've thought about you a couple times and stuff like that there. I knew things were getting crazy for school, but again, I'm here Tuesdays and Thursdays anytime, man, no matter what. Stop by anytime, comment on the videos and stuff. I'm glad to hear that things are going for you and that you're progressing. Yeah. That's what I figured. I knew your schedule got real busy, and I know you were looking for some with your track stuff and that there. So no, I appreciate you stopping by tonight. Did you, real quick, one other thing, did you ever get that one PC off of Facebook Marketplace that you were thinking about doing, or did you hold off on that because of school and other commitments? Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're able to get a better one for free. You can't argue with free and being better than the one that you were thinking about paying for. So that's good to hear. Now it's a i7-4790 with 16 gigs of DDR. Nice. Well, yeah, that's definitely a step up. Were you able to get a graphics card, a Dell Optiplex 720? Nice. Were you able to get a graphics card yet? I know you were talking about bought the RTX 3050. Nice. For your birthday. Okay, that's good. That'll definitely run you some games. 16 gig DDR. Yep, that'll definitely run you quite a bit of the games you were looking at. Did you ever work on any of the setting up some like Minecraft servers and stuff like that? Because I know you and I talked about a couple things and maybe some lab stuff one other time about running some Minecraft servers. I gave you some links for like Docker and stuff like that. Not that you have to. It's, you know, your time. Your free time is your free time. I was just wondering if you ever got into it. It's annoying it doesn't have TPM 2.0. Yep, I was able to get it set up using Ubuntu server with Casa OS. Nice. Well, hey, there you go. You got things started. Because I think you were going to try to set up some kind of like I run Minecraft servers here for my son and my wife and I to play on. Did you ever get it set up where you could play with your friends? Now it's your main PC. Nice. I was able to use GG. Playit.gg. Okay, cool. Playit.gg. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of like, all right, works with your favorite games, Minecraft. Nice. Oh, it works with Minecraft, Bedrock, Terraria, Valheim, Rust, 7 Days, Hytale. Project Zomboid UDP. Okay, cool. For port forwarding, since I am comfortable with port forwarding, and I was able to use it for Jellyfin. Jellyfin's pretty nice. I actually set up a Jellyfin server on my Raspberry Pi, and my wife and I like the Studio Ghibli movies, and we actually bought the movies, and I took all the DVDs and Blu-rays, and I actually ripped them and I stored them on our Jellyfin server so that we can stream them on that, because there's a Jellyfin app for our TV. We got a TCL TV with the Google OS on it, and I was able to install Jellyfin so we can stream stuff straight off of the network. It's annoying since I wasn't able to on mobile data and I have to connect on Wi-Fi, even if it's not the same Wi-Fi. Yeah, mobile data, that could be a little fickle dependent upon where you are, because Jellyfin's going to wind up being, because it's going to kind of depend on on the encoding of the video that you have. So like if you've got a 1080p or a 4K video, you might try not Jellyfin itself. Okay. Something to try though, if you're having a problem pulling some of those videos up. It was Play It GG not working on the mobile. Oh, okay. So you weren't able to connect to Play It over the mobile. Okay, got it. I was going to start giving you the whole thing about using Handbrake and transcoding videos down in the 720p so that you could watch them over your thing if you wanted to. But nope, I get it. Well, yeah, I can understand because of the fact that like Play It is going to wind up being a bi-directional communication where it's going to have a consistent piece back and forth and stuff. So I can see where that might be a bit of a problem, but you know, hey, it is what it is at times. It helped me when I connected VPN. Yeah, VPN's definitely going to give you a little bit more of a stable, consistent connection, and it helps do a lot of that setup for you. It works on any Wi-Fi though. Yeah, that's true. Just not on mobile data. Yeah, because it could be, your cell phone signal could be so sparse, because 1 minute you could be on a 5G and it could drop down to a 3G connection and back up to a 5G, where it's going to need a more consistent. So I've got problems where I can't even connect to my home. I can connect to my home router and stuff like that, but trying to set up a VPN to the home system over T-Mobile is a problem because they struggle with allowing specific types of VPNs to work. It hurts your head, not like it's even that. I connected mobile data to a VPN and it worked. Well, that's good. But it's a pain to have to go through and do the additional mobile, the VPN over top of the mobile connection and stuff. That is kind of odd that it doesn't work without the VPN on your mobile data. That is, I can see why you say it makes your head hurt. That is a puzzling one. That I would think that it would be harder to set up the VPN over the mobile thing than it not. Well, hey, at least you know a way to solve the problem. But I mean, if you're on any other Wi-Fi and it works just fine, then just use that Wi-Fi at that point in time. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you're making progress and you got a couple things set up. Now, what I'm guessing is because it treats the VPN like a Wi-Fi. Or something similar. Yeah, so the VPN is going to establish a specialized tunnel, and there might be some buffering that the VPN's doing that may deal with the instability that the normal Wi-Fi, the normal cell phone connection is having, where the VPN creates that consistency, that might be it. Because I mean, that's the whole point of having a VPN, is that virtual, that tunnel through, and it having that stability in it. That could be part of what it is. So, I mean, it works. It works. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get things wrapped up and stuff, but I do appreciate you. Yeah, it is annoying. I completely agree. It's annoying that I can't use VPN to my home stuff across my cell phone. I can do it across other Wi-Fi's, but I can't do it on my cell phone because of the way T-Mobile works. But, you know, I'm going to go ahead and finish up in that. I do appreciate you. Oh, yep, a little late for a school night. But again, I appreciate you stopping by. I'll be here Tuesdays and Thursdays, man. It's good to hear that things are going good for you, that you've been making some progress in that there. But you try to have a good night, and I'll be here on Thursday if you've got time to stop by on Thursday. And I'll probably be either playing SKER Ritual or a puzzle game. All right. Well, you try to have a good night, man. Good seeing you. You'll be here this weekend next. Awesome. Well, I look forward to talking to you again. Since it's the break from sports. Yep. Understood. Winter to spring. Yep. All right, man. Well, you try to have a good night. All right. Go ahead and get this wrapped up here. So, SKER Ritual is definitely a different kind of game. And it seems like one time I'm okay being in those attacks, and other times that I'm not. It can be a little frustrating, but I still really do like the game. It's just different. It's similar to COD Zombies, but it's different enough that it has its own feeling. It almost feels like a grittier, raw piece. Yep. You have a good night there, GodGamp. It feels like it's a grittier, raw game. And that's what I really like about it. It has that familiarity, but it's just different. And it's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to trying to finish playing through these last 3 maps. But that's the end of the stream for today. Let me know your thoughts and feedback. And as always, so long for now.